Seminoles. They got the most returning production in the entire country. Did you know that? Did you know that? Because ESPN, they did their entire list of returning production, and they have a whole algorithm with how they weight specific position groups coming back and rushing yards and all that. But when you tally it all up, Florida State's got 80% of returning production on offense, 94% of returning production on defense. So then we ask the question, does it matter? Does it matter? Or if it does matter, what's the impact of that? What's the significance of having the most returning production in the country? And I think, one, it absolutely matters, okay? So Florida State fans, y'all ain't played a game yet, but neither has anybody else. Don't let them tell you it doesn't matter. It matters because when you take the field, guess what? You have a better jumping off point than the next team. Why? Because you're working with a lot of the same ingredients. You have a platform to build from. And you know what else comes with that? Confidence. We'll talk more about the internal field with that from a culture standpoint, but you got some confidence. Jordan Travis trots out there, routes on air. He doesn't have to figure out the timing with Johnny Wilson. They've been throwing the ball for a year now. They know each other's tendencies. They have confidence together from what they did a season ago, and you can build with that. The thing is, you have the ingredients you had last year. You had a good year last year. Not the year that you expect to have this year, but you had a good year last year, a year to build off of. And every single year, college football coaches say this a lot because it's true for the most part, but every year is a totally new team. Not really for Florida State. This is the same group of characters that did a lot of good things last year. Team that beat LSU last year. Team that beat Oklahoma last year. Team that beat Florida last year. Like they've got a lot of notches in the belt. And so for Florida State, the confidence that comes with that, and the guys that have done that a season ago, they can build off of that. It's not just a total reset. It's okay, we did that, now what's next for Florida State? So you're encouraged by that. Now, make sure you're locked in right here to the On3 YouTube channel. Not going to spend too much time talking about this, but subscribe right here, all right? We want you a part of the party. We want you a part of the family, all right? Part of the program. Lock it in. Also, follow me on Twitter. Follow me on the gram at JD Piquel. Appreciate y'all in advance for that. So here's what I think is maybe arguably more important than having guys coming back on the field. And I don't want to downplay the importance of having returning personnel because that's crucial. Having a quarterback back in Jordan Travis, that's crucial. Johnny Wilson, all 11 feet of him back, that's crucial. But what I think really allows talented teams to take that next step, allows talented teams to play for what they want to play for, which is college football playoffs and conference titles and all that, it's the internal piece of it. It's not just coach speak. It's not just cliche. This is true. Going back to what I said, every single year, you reset. Now, when you reset, what is the gamble there? The thing that coaches get concerned about. Where's our culture going to be at? Had a lot of good leaders last year. They graduate. They're gone for the NFL, whatever. Where's our culture going to be at? Florida State, they don't have that problem. You got a lot of guys back that understand the culture. They understand the standard in Tallahassee. You're not wondering, what am I made of? You're not wondering, what's this team going to be like when, fourth quarter and we're down a score and we got to find a way to get it done, or we're trying to hold on to a lead. As a fan, too, take it a step further. As a fan, you know what your team's made of now. You know what Florida State's made of because you've seen it. You've seen it. They've experienced it. You saw them block the extra point against LSU to win the game in regulation when everybody and their mama thought we were going to OT, myself included. Jumping and screaming at home, watching the game. Florida State blocks the extra point, game over. Culture. Never say die mentality. That's still there in Tallahassee. Going and beating Florida. Finishing the regular season strong against a feisty Florida team that's your rival. Culture. Okay? Florida State, they still have a lot of that internally. I already know what we're made of. I've already seen it, and it's still there. It's not like, hey, great year in 22. Let's try and pick up the pieces and find a way to get the guys that are still left to get it done. No, a lot of the guys are still there. That's why you get excited about 23. That's kind of the thing, man. You're excited about 23 because of what you did in 22. And a lot of those guys come back in 22. So now what happens? Returning production plus positive results. You put them together. What do you get? High expectations. You get pressure. We say it a lot on here. No pressure, no diamonds, man. That's the reality. If you want to achieve something great, there's got to be some expectations for you. In Florida State, they welcome those expectations. Those are expectations they haven't really had in a realistic sense on them in a minute. So they're happy to have it. Jordan Travis, he relishes it. Jared Verse relishes it. Mike Norvell, they gave him some new money, relishes it. That's what this team's made of, and I'm excited to watch. I'm excited to see what they do with it now. because there's going to be a lot of hype when it comes to, preseason polls and the homepage on ESPN. And, we're going to talk about Florida State here. We're going to do our part. I promise you we'll do our part in hyping up Florida State because they've deserved it. They've earned it now. A lot of guys back, a lot of things that are teed up for them to be successful. Who knows who's the favorite in the ACC right now? A lot of people would say Florida State. I'd have a hard time disagreeing with you. There's pressure now. There's pressure. So how you respond to that is what's going to make Florida State in 23. Goes without saying. But you feel better about them handling that pressure because it's guys that are back from last year, guys that have been through the fire. So Florida State, number one team in returning production. Does it matter? Heck yes, it matters. It matters you've got guys that played before, but I think it matters even more that you have guys that have a culture that's really in place now in Tallahassee. There's no reset button. The mission is the mission now. Go win the ACC, go make the college football playoff. That's the mission. Anything less, they're unhappy with. Double-digit wins, cool, we'll take it, yeah. But we didn't win the ACC, mission failed. So Florida State, that is what they have in front of them. I'm fired up to watch what happens there. Hey, y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.